Your campus, your headlines, your stories. Join us as RMU Live begins right now.
There are still no classes in the Moon Area School District as teachers hit the picket line for an 8th day.
Talks between the teachers and the union of the district have still not resulted in a new contract. And that means that all 3,700 students in the district at Moon are at home, while teachers are still on the picket lines. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Channing Frampton. Welcome to RMU Live.
And I'm Jackie King. Thank you for joining us. The 294 members of the Moon Area Education Association have not yet struck a deal with the district. According to the district's website, the district is currently waiting for a salary proposal from the state union representative. Once received, that proposal will be analyzed and shared with a Moon Area Board of Education member. A negotiating session is scheduled for the end of the week. Even if the district and the teachers don't strike a deal, classes will resume on December 15th. State laws require that schools complete 180 days of school by June 13th.
And one of the nation's foremost surgeons is on campus today as part of the Pittsburgh Speakers Series. Dr. Ben Carson, a professor at the Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine. His career accomplishments include the first and only successful separation of Siamese twins conjoined at the back of the head. Carson will speak at 2 p.m. in the Sewell Center International Suite and at 8 p.m. tonight at Heinz Hall in downtown Pittsburgh.
Meanwhile, RMU students have a chance of leaving a lasting impression on the RMU campus. But you have to act fast because the opportunity will end on Friday. As RMU Live's Kevin Williams reports.
Machinery, chain link fences, and lots of dirt. The 3 dead giveaways of a construction site. And they've made themselves at home right here on the RMU campus, right between Lexington and Gallatin Halls. But in less than a year, this construction site will be a new residence hall. And by the end of Thanksgiving break, the university hopes to have a name for that new building, thanks to a student survey that's out right now. The name will be either Macaulay, Mifflin, Salem, St. Clair, Wheatley, or York Town Hall. So from where did all these names come? Vice President for Student Life John Michaelenko says the names continue the campus theme of figures from the colonial era.
Res Life staff and my staff did their research on the internet and the library, checked with the archives, and looked back to see who were the contemporaries of that time during the revolutionary times.
So who are all these people? First, there's Mary Ludwig Hayes Macaulay, otherwise known as Molly Pitcher. She actually served with the Continental Army in the Battle of Monmouth. Then there's Thomas Mifflin, a major general in the Continental Army and served in the Pennsylvania Congress. Peter Salem, who was born a slave, is accredited for winning the battle at Bunker Hill. Arthur St. Clair was born in Scotland but would later fight in the Revolutionary War and would become governor of the Northwest Territory. Phyllis Wheatley, a former slave, was the first African-American woman to publish a book of poetry. And finally, the Battle of Yorktown was a major battle and a decisive victory for the Continental Army in 1781, and proved to be the last major battle of the war.
We wanted to make sure that we had diversity. So you'll notice that there's 2 African Americans, one of which is a woman, and then another woman, and then a governor and a general. So we wanted some diversity in that because we think that's representative of our campus now. I just think it's great that the students have an opportunity to name one of the residence halls, and we they're going to live there, so they should be able to name it.
The survey is open to students until November 19th. The university will announce the winner of that contest after Thanksgiving break. Reporting from the site of the soon-to-be-named new residence hall at RMU, I'm Kevin Williams, RMU Live.
The link to the online survey was sent in an email from the Office of Student Life on November 1st. The polls will close this Friday.
And RMU Public Safety has had its hands full over the last week because of marijuana busts. Our news partners at the RMU Century newspaper tell RMU Live that since last Tuesday, there have been 4 drug-related conduct incidents on campus or at the Holiday Inn. Last Tuesday, at least 2 students have been removed from RMU housing as a result.
And it might be the last call for La Trobe's Four Loko, the popular beverage that combines beer and ingredients found in energy drinks. The Food and Drug Administration are calling for a ban of the drink, although the makers of Four Loko, Fusion Projects, says that it is changing its recipe to remove the caffeine, guarana, and taurine so that it can remain on the shelves. Four Loko contains the alcohol content of 4 beers.
Well, up next on RMU Live, outrage over a new security procedure and royal engagement across the pond.
Plus, will we see any sun today? Casey Folga is here with the forecast. Stay with us.
Coming home can be hard if you're a veteran of Iraq or Afghanistan. You may feel like you're all alone, but you're not alone. At IAVA.org, your fellow vets are all around you. Join our free online community, get the resources you need, and connect to other vets who know where you're coming from. IAVA.org. We've got your back.
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys are much too much. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're going to beat them and bust them. Beat them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Let's get a little bit rowdy. R-O-W-D-Y.
Take time to be a dad
One more
today.
time. Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys.
There's more controversy growing over the more thorough airport pat-downs and body imaging machines. But the people going through airport security aren't the only ones voicing their displeasure now. Some of the outrage is coming from those defending the screening process, as CNN's Jean Meserve reports.
But if you touch my junk, I'm going to have you arrested.
John Tyner's confrontation over a TSA pat-down is now legend. But an angry senior Homeland Security official says it is shameful that the media attention is turning Tyner into a folk hero. Tuesday, the head of TSA called the screeners involved to tell them they'd done a good job.
Very cool, calm, professional, and that's what we expect out of our security officers.
According to a CBS News poll, 81% of Americans support the use of full-body imagers. But a boycott being called for the day before Thanksgiving, the busiest travel day of the year, is growing, according to organizers. One group is urging Americans not to fly that day to protest TSA's machines and pat-downs.
When you want to fondle your grandma's breasts, that's gone too far. When they want nude photography detailed enough to tell if a man is circumcised or not, that's gone too far.
Opponents use phrases like sexual assault, molestation, and visual rape to describe the body scans and pat-downs, but a legal expert says the TSA appears to be on the right side of the law.
It's a reasonable search because it's conducted for good reason. It's conducted to stop terrorist attacks, to stop people bringing weapons or bombs onto airplanes.
Air safety is the bottom line for Carrie Lamack, who lost her mother on 9/11. She is calling for more reasoned discussion.
I understand that people might not be comfortable with all the security measures, but they can't simply complain. They have to come up with better reasons, better ideas, because unfortunately the terrorists are still out there and they are still plotting and they're still trying to execute these plots every day.
The nation's most famous pilot, Chesley Sully Sullenberger, is also weighing in, voicing concern about the radiation exposure for pilots who go through scanning machines frequently. There is every indication that the screening of pilots is going to be modified, but DHS says it has no plans to change how it screens the flying public, despite the uproar. Jean Meserve, CNN, Washington.
Former President George W. Bush has made several appearances in the media over the last several weeks. He's promoting his new book, Breaking New Ground, and as CNN's Ed Lavandera reports, trying to stay out of the political rumor mill.
Time to shovel dirt. Hold it up, look at the camera, Turn it.
It's the type of photo op President George W. Bush has avoided for 2 years since leaving office.
It is hard to believe that there's this much excitement about shoveling dirt.
But there he was, breaking ground on his presidential library on the campus of SMU, surrounded by hundreds of people who worked in the Bush White House. Dick Cheney looked much thinner and walked around with the help of a cane. Condoleezza Rice will play a major role at the Bush Institute, working in the public policy arm of the president's library. Critics have said the goal of the Institute is to rewrite the history of the Bush years, but those closest to the former president say the Institute is designed to help people understand the decisions he made.
I don't think that he's trying to change how people perceive him. He's asking for people to better understand what they saw and what their perceptions might be of what they saw.
President Bush has reemerged into the spotlight to, in his words, peddle his new book and kick off the library construction. But don't expect to see the former president offering opinions on the politics of the day.
The decisions of governing are on another president's desk, and he deserves to make them without criticism from me. But staying out of current affairs and politics does not mean staying out of policy.
President Bush might not be interested in fighting political showdowns anymore, but Dick Cheney showed he still enjoys throwing the political jab for a friendly Republican audience who didn't like President Obama's stimulus plan.
Of course, the George W. Bush Presidential Center isn't much to look at just yet, but the workers are ready. Construction will move fast after today's groundbreaking. This may be the only shovel-ready project in America.
In many ways, today's groundbreaking was a blast into the past. Inside the event, the biggest gathering of Bush White House alumni that have come together since the president left office almost 2 years ago. Outside, dozens of protesters calling the president a war criminal. Ed Lavendera, CNN, Dallas.
And while thousands of supporters cheered for Bush as he broke ground on his new presidential library Tuesday, plenty of protesters made their voices known outside of the event. Demonstrators were calling for Bush's arrest. They say he violated national and international laws with the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. On Monday, a smaller group of protesters had gathered near the campus.
It's going to be the biggest wedding of 2011. Prince William, second in line to the British throne, marrying his long-term girlfriend, Kate Middleton. Speculation of a proposal has been rife for years, but in the end, the couple managed to keep their engagement a secret from the world for 3 weeks. Now that the secret's out, Richard Quest takes us through the happy event.
There was no need for words. Their smiles said it all. This most modern of royal couples, they already live together, will marry in England next spring or summer.
He's a true romantic, and it was we had a wonderful holiday in Africa, and it was out there and in a very quiet lodge, and it was very romantic, and it's a very, very personal time for both of us.
Well, I don't remember how many years it's been, forgetful memory. I also didn't realise it was a race, otherwise I probably would have been a lot quicker. But also, the timing is right now. We're both very, very happy, and I'm very glad that I have done it.
On a day of high emotion, Prince William revealed the ring he had given his bride-to-be was as special as the woman who now wears it.
Well, as you may recognise now, it's my mother's engagement ring, so of course it's very special to me. As Kate's very special to me now as well. It was only right that the two were put together. But it was my way of making sure that my mother didn't miss out on today and the excitement and the fact that we're going to spend the rest of our lives together.
It's quite a daunting prospect, but hopefully I'll take it in my stride. William's a great teacher, so he'll be able to help me along the way, and I really look forward to spending my time with William.
He's very good at flattery.
William's father, Prince Charles, the Prince of Wales, kept to his schedule out and about. His reaction was a mixture of delight and light-hearted. Another set of proud parents, the Middletons, spoke of their happiness at today's turn of events.
As you know, Catherine and Prince William have been going out together for quite a number of years, which is great for us because we've got to know William really well. We all think he's wonderful and we're extremely fond of him. They make a lovely couple, they're great fun to be with, and we've had a lot of laughs together. We wish them every happiness for the future.
As soon as the...
Oh, it's so nice
Yeah,
to see
that
them
is
getting
very nice.
married. Aww. Love is in the air. I'll tell you what else is in the air.
What?
Rain and snow and
Oh, God, Pittsburgh weather.
coldness. It's awful. Casey, can you help us out, please? Oh, okay. Well, while Casey's still getting ready, for that weather forecast.
Yeah.
It's nicer out today, I guess. Oh, okay. Well, Casey, hey, you want to tell us what's going to happen?
Hey guys, there's actually no snow in the forecast yet, but cooler temperatures are on the way. Right now it's currently 49 degrees, the humidity at 67%, and we do have some strong winds today, winds at 18 miles per hour coming from the west. Let's go ahead and look at our national map to see what the whole country is what we're experiencing. You can see some cooler temperatures are coming down from Canada. In the plain region, there is a high pressure system, which we should see a little later on the week, maybe bring up those temperatures just a little bit. Let's go ahead and look at our local temperatures. Pittsburgh is at 51, 53 degrees for Wheeling, 51 for Morgantown, and 46 degrees for Johnstown. We can take a look at our 5-day forecast to see what you can expect for your holiday weekend. Wednesday, today is 51 degrees for the high, 38. We did see a mix of some rain showers throughout the day. Tomorrow, expect to see those showers also, 49 for the high, 33 for the low. Friday, a mix of sun and clouds, a high of 50, a little bit warmer, a low of 38 degrees. Saturday, also partly sunny, 47 for the high, 37 for the low. And Sunday, it'll be 51 for the high and 47 for the low. So make sure that you enjoy your weekend. The break is coming up, and we should see warmer temperatures actually for that as well. So that's all I have for you today. Now you're going back to the desk.
Well, that's good.
It's a little bit better than what we've been used to.
Yeah, at least Thanksgiving will be nice and warm.
Yes. You know what else happens on Thanksgiving?
What?
Football.
Of course. Let's
get
hear
some
from
sports.
Jen.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Coming up in sports, the Steelers cut a popular player, the Pens face the Canucks, and find out what came out of the mouth of an Eagles player that has the NFL investigating.
So, you're looking for help with your mortgage. Worried about foreclosure? Messy stuff. We're a mortgage rescue company. We can help you keep your house. All we ask for in return is that you submit to our plans for galactic domination. We're not so different, you and I. Sign.
Yeah, this is not what we...
Have you met my henchman, Radu?
Nice to meet you.
Radu?
We're just we'll see you later.
If you're facing foreclosure, make sure you're talking to the right people. Speak with HUD-approved housing counselors free of charge at 888-995-HOPE.
The Pittsburgh Steelers announced yesterday that they cut their star kicker, Jeff Reed. In his place, they signed place kicker Sean Swissam of the Dallas Cowboys. Reed had been with the team 8 years since signing mid-season in 2002. The longest the kicker has been on the team since 1994. Reed has missed 7 out of 22 attempts already this season, that totaling up to more than he missed over the last 2 seasons. Reed blames the bad turf at Heinz Field for his crucial misses this season. He also criticized some fans for being too critical. The NFL is investigating a claim that Philadelphia Eagles center Mike McGlynn came forward with. He is claiming that Washington Redskins safety LaRon Landry spit at him twice during the Monday night showdown between the Eagles and the Redskins. The league says they will have to look for video evidence to see if the claim is true. The issue had been brought up last week, also when the Dolphins came forward, saying that the Ravens fullback LaRon McClain spit at one of their players' faces too. Landry denies that he spit at McGlynn. More hockey action takes place tonight downtown. The Penguins will host the Vancouver Canucks at the Consol Energy Center. The Pens are hoping for a win after their upsetting loss to the New York Rangers on Monday night. Even though the Pens had scored 2 goals in the third period, just 38 seconds apart, the Rangers came back in that period as well to tie the game, causing the game to go into overtime. Just 3:38 into overtime, the Rangers' right winger Ryan Callahan scored the game-winning goal. The game tonight starts at 7 p.m.
And this concludes another edition of RMU Live for November 17th, 2010. I'm Jackie King.
And I'm Channing Frampton. For all of us here at RMU Live, we'd like to thank you for watching. Hope you have a great afternoon and an evening.